Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's almost comical to hear your last statement. It's the kind of struggle we had for reauthorization of NASA in this committee. It had nothing to do with the administration. But I want to say to the witnesses, first of all, do both of you stand by the report and the contents of the report? So you feel that it really is important for the nation to find a way to be involved in this kind of research. Now, Governor, I'm a product of a school of Indiana, St. Mary's at the University of Notre Dame, and I know you're not a spendthrift, and nor is Indiana as a state. And I'm from Texas, so you can take that for what it's worth. But if you really do think from this research that this is a goal that this nation should achieve, do you think it's important enough to convince the people on the other side of the aisle to help us to get going? Because it seems to me that if every day that we wait, we're wasting time. We have had people in the past who had that foresight that allowed this to happen. And we are realistically in a financial bind, but we cannot shut the door to our future. Tell me how you really feel about this.
Well, I agree with, first of all, thanks for mentioning your St. Mary's credential. Now I've got another reason to admire you, Congresswoman, and now I know why you turned out so well.
Thank you.
Yes, emphatically, I do agree. I want to stress, I made mention in the short opening that I do believe all of us brought to the committee an open mind. We spent a lot of time asking the fundamental question that we were assigned: should the nation do this at all? And if so, on what basis? And that was not a reflex judgment, I don't think, by anybody, let alone the whole group. And I do share it, having listened to those discussions, all the witnesses, all the literature that we surveyed. And I also would observe, I think it's accurate to say that this is one issue, mercifully, that I don't think divides us particularly on partisan lines. I think there are people who are very enthusiastic that we heard from, who may disagree strongly about other things, and people who question the value, likewise, can be found in both camps. But we hope that our report makes a strong case for proceeding and lays out however, in the most candid way we could, the preconditions for succeeding, which will be much harder, I think, for folks to come to terms with than the abstract idea of whether we should go and whether we're enthusiastic about somehow finding resources.
Doctor.
Well, I agree with Governor Daniels. I want to emphasize how broad the background of the committee members, in fact, is or was. This was not a committee of astronauts or aerospace engineers. We had historians, we had sociologists, we had business people. It was and very skeptical people, I have to say, right at the beginning. And I was somewhat myself skeptical that we could come to consensus. And in the end, this very diverse committee of experts came to a strong consensus on the conclusions of the report. And that, to me, I found quite remarkable.
Thank you very much. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.